to the Adventure of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman.
I just want to see you feel the emptiness that you've made real. Even a moment by myself leads me down the path you've chosen. I'm broken, no hope for.
This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm here with
Raven's Banquet, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
So here you are, Rocklahoma.
Yeah.
How does it feel? Like, I've been seeing you guys all weekend, so you've gotten to really experience Rocklahoma.
Yeah.
Tell us about your experiences.
So far, it has been interesting, to say the least. You know, I mean, this is our first year here, just as people and as artists, getting to play this amazing event, and with all these people just having fun. You know, we come down from San Antonio. You know, a lot of the people down there are really into like screamo and heavy metal. You know, like Slipknot and stuff like that, who are even playing here. And to see people really enjoy the band, and you know, when we're up on stage, people are like, you know, raising their fists with us, clapping, really getting into the game. It's been amazing. You know, we've been passing out stickers for the band and just trying to get people to come check us out, and a lot of people have really just enjoyed us, and you know, been to the stripper pole a few times, hung out over there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did Dave take you over there, or you just found it on your own?
The first night that we were here, Dave actually found our photographer during the night, and then the next day we met up with him over there and hung out for a little bit, and that's kind of how we found him, was actually just by going there. We actually hung out with him last night, met up with him over at the stripper pole.
Oh, yeah, I was hanging out with them too, but I don't remember if you were there when I was with them. But then you missed the best part of the night, going to, better than a stripper pole, Bus, Boobs, and Buttholes.
I did see that. We passed that a few times. Every time we passed it, like when we're walking around, nothing was going on there the first few nights. So we were just like, okay.
You got to wait till later. People like leave. They leave the venue, go to the stripper pole, and then they go there.
Oh, the stripper pole is the appetizer for everything.
Exactly,
Oh,
100%.
okay.
And you use the proper wording, because of all the festivals I do, this one is different.
Yeah. No, we know that, you know, Danny Weimer took over the event, and, you know, some stuff is a little bit more, I guess, you know, it's not super laid back, I guess, as it usually is. We've never been here. We've had some friends that have been coming up and have been here for, you know, years. They said that the event is a little different, but I mean, we've had a fun time. We haven't had any issues. Security's been really cool with us. You know, there's been no issues. But I know that, you know, you do kind of have to watch what you say and the way you talk and stuff like that. So we try and keep that in mind.
And the thing about the Danny Weimer festivals is some people may complain that it's not as lax.
Yeah.
But that's him protecting the artists.
Yeah, I mean,
and protecting the attendees and running it right instead of like a shit show.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want people walking around backstage and all of a sudden you're like, who's you? Who are you? Where'd you come from? You know.
It's the way it used to be.
Yeah.
Anybody got backstage and on stage.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I get it, man. I mean, you know, I know that Netflix. Yeah, you're right. Actually, Brando is, you know, Woodstock '99. You know, that documentary that came out on Netflix and shit. Just watching that, it's like, I understand why they got so much security nowadays and keep everything pretty tight and, you know, knit.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, man. And I think, you know, it's hard as regular people being out there. You're like, man, these guys suck, and it's, you know, they're assholes. And it's like, no, man, they're just doing their job. They're doing what they're paid to do. They're out here enjoying the festival, but they also have a job to do.
And it's also hard being an artist and having no escape.
Yeah.
You know, like, to me, this area, the artist area, is your escape. Like, it doesn't mean you don't want to be out there with the people or do meet and greets, but there's times you need you time.
Yeah.
And not people like constantly around you or what have you.
Yeah, and so for example, we were just in the catering after we played. We decided to go to catering and eat, and I turn around and the singer of Lamb of God is standing right behind me.
Nice.
You know what I mean? But I'm not one of those guys who's like, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? I'm just nodded and walked off. You know, it's just people have lives. We're like everybody else. You know.
Exactly.
And so we're in a restaurant or something like that. Just chill out.
Totally, 100%.
Yeah.
And just be cool.
Yeah, I
Like,
just wanna
I tell
live.
people that come with me to these festivals to help me out, I'm like, don't ask for an autograph, don't ask for a selfie. This is their safe zone
Yeah.
from that,
Yeah. So.
you know?
Yeah, it's nice. It is nice.
So how would you guys, as artists, describe to the listeners your music without using a genre?
A genre.
Without using a genre. Like, I hate fucking genres because it boxes you in as an artist.
Yeah.
Like, you have to do it this way. I don't believe in
We
that.
we work with different sounds. I mean, we're not super heavy, We're not like screamo-y, like I said earlier, but we're also not super light either in our playing. We try and have a mix of both heavy songs, but songs that people can, really enjoy and connect with. I mean, as artists, that's what you want everybody to do. You want everybody
Sure.
to connect on your songs and stuff like that. And so we try to not only get the musical aspect and the musical feel of these songs, but we also want people to connect on them on a lyrical level as well. And so we try and write with some more, I lost the word for a second there, but
It's all right.
more deeper meaning, and so
I
you
think
can
lyrics
connect.
are totally important. Like, that's
Yeah.
what we relate to. And that's also misconception when it comes to rock music, metal music. People don't even know the words, and they make these assumptions. Like what happened with Gojira at the Olympics. I don't know if you saw, but so many people on socials were like, there it is, proof of the Illuminati, and they
Yeah.
have this devil worship band playing the Olympics. And it's like,
Yeah.
fucking read the lyrics.
Yeah.
They are the farthest from devil worship you could possibly be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
what
sing about whales and the environment.
Yeah, and that's what's funny is, so I've never been a Gojira fan. I never was. I never really listened to that music. Like I said, I'm not big into that, like screaming and stuff like that. But after watching that performance, I got really into them. I was like, you know what? I really like their performance. I like the song that they played, and we're looking for it. They just recently actually put out that song on their stuff. But I went and started listening to their music and started looking at the lyrics. And I'm like, oh, these guys are talking about the Amazon rainforest and all this other stuff. I'm like, I can get behind this band. I like what they stand for. I like what they're pushing for. They're pushing for connection. They're not looking to make any go tear down the walls and do all this
Right.
other stuff. They're just like they're trying to make. Yeah, they're trying to make it like we got one home, take care of it and
Yeah,
but rock about it, keep it interesting.
100%. And then, again, like, if you're not into that kind of music,
Yeah.
you can't understand the lyrics.
Yeah, no.
So you automatically think, because it's, that it's like devil worship.
Yeah,
It's so
and-
stupid.
And I guess maybe for me as an artist personally, not into it, but I can respect that art. There's
the
a lot
point.
that goes into it. There's a lot of. It's just like if I was writing a song and it's the feelings that I had, but they're just conveying theirs differently. And that's what's cool about music is everybody interprets things differently. It's all conveyed differently, and it's just it's a very beautiful thing, man. I don't take it for granted any time. I don't take having music in my life for granted at all.
Outside of your band, each one of you probably has a different answer. What is the most impactful lyric you ever heard in a song that you related to and impacted your life?
I think for me, there's several songs that I could think of, but it's by Alter Bridge. It's Life Must Go On, and the line is, the sun always sets, the moon always falls, it feels like the end, just pay no mind at all, and keep rolling, life must go on.
I love it.
There's a lot that goes on with life, especially even in the music business. It's not all glamour,
No.
There's fights, there's issues, there's stage gremlins like we had earlier today. We had some stage gremlins when we were playing, but you get through it, and you have a good time. You have to look at the positives. So,
Totally.
now,
And there is a lot of shit to deal with.
Yeah.
So the good part is making music, but then there's everything else you have to deal with that people don't realize you have to deal with. They're like, oh, what a great life. You just get up there and play around and, travel. And that's, come on.
yeah, no.
That's not what it is.
Yeah, that's not how it works. But what about you, Johnny? You got any lyrics?
Yeah, I do. You might be expecting this, but it is a Dream Theater song. I am, but it's the Ministry of Lost Souls. It's like a 15-minute song, but it's about someone who kind of sacrifices themselves to save another person they love, and just the way they deliver the message and kind of like go about it. It's kind of a slower song, but it picks up at the end. It kind of gets like hopeful. But just listening to it, it does make me tear-eyed sometimes.
Nice.
So,
it should give you an emotional response.
Yeah, that's really what music is about for me, is that it makes people feel something, whether it's like anger or sadness or happiness, whatever. But you move someone to feel something, and that's really the goal.
100%. Do you have one?
Oh, yeah. So this one is relatively simple. It's from a Chili Peppers song it's my favorite song of all time. It's called Goodbye Angels. And it's just one lyric that really resonated with me at the time. It's suicide is never going to save you.
I love that.
Yeah.
My whole thing in life has always been, every time I was down in that dark place,
Yeah.
what if it's worse?
Yeah. Rock bottom always got a basement, right?
Like, and if you kill yourself, what if it's worse? Then where you go?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're now,
Yeah.
wherever you are, you're there now.
Yeah.
So that's what always kept me from
Yeah.
never thinking about doing something like
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely.
Doesn't work for everybody, and that's the key. Everybody has to find what works for them.
Absolutely, yeah.
How about you?
What about you, Brando? What do you got?
Yeah, I was thinking about while you guys were talking, and one song in particular I can say is called Dark Signs by Sleep Token, and that song in particular is about just about depression. The cryptical lyrics in the beginning of the song, it's all real mellow, real smooth, and again, it just talks about depression of the singer with his love that he cannot really reach, that he just feels, one way he feels happy with him, but the other way he feels not so disconnected, puts a block over because he doesn't trust this entity. And so I really love the sound that they produced in that song, and overall the music that they've put out. I listened to their albums like Take Me Back to Eden, Sundowning, and it's very, very good stuff.
Nice.
Very impactful stuff. Yeah.
Now, one of the things I love about those answers is that it shows that your band is unique because you have so many different influences that come into music.
Yeah.
I find nowadays a lot of bands, they follow like this algebraic equation formula.
Yeah.
And this is how you do it. And I think the blending of different genres, influences, is what makes a band like yours stick out against the rest.
Yeah, and for me, like, music, you can there is some algorithm to it, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But in our experience, there's never really been like a set way of making music. You know, I mean, yeah, nothing is consistent. I saw an interview with Stevie Ray Vaughan, and they asked him a question about like him, like the way that he plays compared to the way that Jimi Hendrix played, and he was like, well, Jimi Hendrix was inspired by other people, you know, that were, you know, older than him, and then, you know, Stevie Ray Vaughan was inspired by Jimi Hendrix and, you know, other different people, you know, and that's kind of how it goes, you know. It's like we're inspired. Yeah, it's a cycle, you know, but some people like to just go for one thing, and they're like, yeah, no, we want to sound exactly like these people. And especially nowadays, I know that that's going on a lot in music, as a lot of people are trying to sound like everybody else, and it's like, but you want to build on top of that, you know.
Sure.
It's
Because
like
you're not going to go
you
anywhere
can jump
with
on
that.
the train, or you can start up a whole new thing.
Because you're not going to go on anywhere like that, because then how do you stand out? And it's already been done.
Yeah.
So why is somebody going to choose you over the one that originally did it?
Yeah, and
You
for
know?
me, if you are gonna follow a pattern or follow another type of music or sound like that, go for something that doesn't have a lot of stuff in it. Like for us, we all agree that Alter Bridge is a very great band, great lyrics. He's one of the most amazing singers I've ever heard. He's, to me, the best singer of all time. You know, he's up there with Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington and everybody.
He definitely is.
And we try and sound similar to them because of the impactfulness of their music and their lyrical writing. But we also try and have our own stuff with it. You know, it's like we want to have the same kind of feeling, and we want to give the same feeling because there's not a lot of out there like that. The only other band that's really like that is like Seven Dust and Mammoth. You know, and Mammoth's up and coming, and they've got some really good stuff. It's another band that had some really impactful lyrics from one of their songs. You know, what he talks about, it's basically him talking about his father's death. You know, you know, just a great song, man.
Totally. And yeah, I mean, for me, I'll give you my lyric. It's from Bring Me to the Horizon. I can't drown my demons, they know how to swim.
That's a good lyric.
I'm like, that's fucking brilliant.
That is, it really is.
Because it's so true.
Yeah.
You know, and it's stuff like that can change your life. That's why lyrics are so important.
Yeah, they really are, man. They can either uplift a song or bring a song down. You just gotta flow it, and you gotta make sure what you're saying, you know, you got to know that at all times, whatever you say is going to make it. It's like being on social media, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever you put out is going to be seen, and it's going to be interpreted like differently, but you want it to be interpreted in a good way. You know?
Right.
That's not always the case, but you try and go for that. You know?
Totally. And I think, too, you're great musicians and great artists.
Thank you.
You have a signature sound. Is what counts.
Yeah.
You know, like you were talking about Mammoth. Anybody hears Eddie, his guitar, you know it's Eddie.
Yeah, you know it's him.
You know, Mark Tremonti, you know it's him.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I think any artist needs to do. Like, so certain degree of formula, but then you have to add what's you.
Yeah.
That people can say, that's this band.
Yeah.
It's about moderation, right?
Yeah.
It's all about balance.
Yeah, you got to balance stuff out, you know?
Exactly. How do people reach you on your socials, on the web, buy your merch, because that's the only way bands survive nowadays?
Yeah.
You know?
We know that.
And I think people don't realize how much that's needed.
It costs a lot, you know, just specifically for us. We just took a motorhome and a truck out here, you know, and the motorhome on a full tank of gas is $200.
Yeah.
Just for a full tank.
And that gets you like 5 feet.
Yeah. But people can check us out on, you know, all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple iTunes, you know, stuff like that. And can go to our socials on Instagram and Facebook at Raven's Banquet. And also, if they want to get a little bit more in-depth, and this is a little older, but you can go to our website, ravensbanquet.com. But on that website, we have a calendar that we update that tells you you can scroll through the different months. And it tells you what time we're playing and what day we're playing and where we're playing.
That's cool.
So we have a calendar so you can, you know, make sure, hey, well, are they coming by? Yeah, no, let's check it out. Let's see the calendar real quick. Yeah, let's go check them out. They're going to be in our town here in a little while.
I love it.
So, yeah, we try and make it very easy for people to access our stuff and get a hold of us, you know.
Very cool. Is there anything you guys need to tell the listeners that we haven't covered already that they should know?
For me, I would like to just say thank you to everybody that has come out today. Thank you to Danny Weimer and the entire production crew, everybody that's been helping us out, help us get our gear on the stage, off the stage, and it's been an amazing event. We are so happy to be out here. We hope to be back here next year rocking out with you guys and hopefully doing another interview with you, man. This has been fun. And,
I love hearing that, by the way.
Yeah, man. And so just thank you to everybody that's been here. Thank you to everybody that's listened to the songs. If you haven't listened to the songs, please go check us out. You know, like he said earlier, we survive off of you guys listening to us and us selling merch. Fortunately, we don't have merch for sale online because even that is expensive. It's $70 a month just to sell a few shirts.
Wow,
you know?
that's bullshit.
It's insane. So we had to end up taking that down. But come check us out at shows. We got fresh. We even have fresh merch at this show.
Nice.
We made special shirts just for this.
I love it.
So just thank you. We love every one of you, and God bless you.
Well, thank you for playing here at Rocklahoma and killing it. And thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.